And hello everybody, my name is NikoTheLegend, also known as the Well-Mannered Teenager and the Snowflake. And today we're going to be talking about how Bioware was not forced to use EA's Frostbite engine. Uh-oh, what does that mean? Well, I'll tell you in a second, but first, let me just say, for people who are having trouble and having ideas about how the engine didn't seem to fit Mass Effect Andromeda well, how the graphics looked a little cartoony, a little not good as it used to look, like the dark gritty that the Unreal Engine brought for the original trilogy, well, this is what this article is gonna do for us. It's going to give us the information we need, and this format is going to be a little different. I'm actually going to be a lazy piece of crap and actually read the whole article to you guys, and the reason is, well, it's because I got a bit of a sinus infection, so you're going to have to bear with me on this one, but also I wanted to read this exact article word for word to you guys, because to me it's important to find out what Aaron Flynn was trying to say, and I don't want to confuse a bunch of different engine names. There's quite a bit of a handful. So I just thought I owe it to you guys to properly discuss it with you, or just read the quotes here. So without further ado, let's get on with the show, and then you guys can just think about what you think about the article. That's right. It's Bioware was not forced to use EA's Frostbite engine. All right, here we go. A statement by former Bioware General Manager Aaron Flynn has revealed that the developer was not forced to use Electronic Arts' in-house engine Frostbite, and that the continuous decision lay entirely with the developer. The decision to use Frostbite during the creation of Mass Effect Andromeda was met with critical and fan-base confusion as the engine struggled to adapt to the RPG genre. In fact, much of the game's tragic reception and marketing came down to the engine's failings, which was wrongfully blamed on EA. EA's care of in-house developers has been criticized in recent years, but the notion that the publishers force all of its studios to use Frostbite appears to be a non-starter. In an interview with Kotaku, Flynn said, "We have been wrapping up Mass Effect 3, and we just shipped Dragon Age 2, and we know that our Eclipse engine that we shipped DA2 on wasn't going to cut it for the future iterations of Dragon Age. It could not do open world. The renderer wasn't strong enough. Those were the two big ones. We thought about multiplayer as well, as Eclipse was single player only. We talked internally about 3 options. We could have burned down Eclipse and started something new internally. We could have gone with the Unreal Engine, or we could have picked Frostbite, which has shown some really promising results on the rendering side of things, and it was multiplayer enabled. The focus on multiplayer was a strong motivation for the decision to move to Frostbite, but many of the project's bugs, poor animations, and general awkwardness was caused by the engine. Instead, if Bioware had focused on single player first, then perhaps Andromeda would have reached its full potential." Flynn's statement is also a little contradictory, as Mass Effect 3's multiplayer was run entirely on the Unreal Engine and was arguably more successful than Andromeda's. Andromeda impressed only SP's DJ Aruda on release, who could see past some of the glaring issues the game had. Unfortunately, poor reviews and fan reception stifled the series in terms of future content and DLC. Flynn does not regret moving to the engine, instead opting to see the positive side of EA. Being part of a community, everybody at EA is on it now. That is powerful. It's a good place to be, Flynn explained. It's a credit to use Frostbite team. How they keep so many diverse titles on one engine, everything from FIFA to Anthem, it's amazing to me. With Mass Effect on indefinite hiatus, the series is stuck in limbo. Whilst Bioware was not forced to use that engine, the developer's involvement with EA undoubtedly influenced the business and design decision. Overall, Bioware was dealing with an engine that they were not well informed about or comfortable with, and that shows in Andromeda's mess. Well, so, yes. So, I didn't know about the Eclipse engine. I knew about the Unreal Engine for the original Mass Effect, but I'm assuming that Dragon Age was running on the Eclipse engine, and then yes, they wanted to go bigger, go bold, where no RPG developer has gone before with the Frostbite engine. And by all means, I was pretty excited to see the Frostbite engine in use, because I think it's pretty good looking. For some of the games, like the military games they use, which would be, let's just see, like Battlefield series games and stuff, they do fine in the Frostbite engine. It looks great. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Battlefield games have been like that for the longest time using the Frostbite engine. I'm pretty sure the Frostbite 2 engine was used for a while. But Dragon Age and Mass Effect were built on 2 different engines, which Dragon Age was Eclipse, and then Mass Effect was Unreal Engine. Now, you can look it up completely and easily on YouTube on what the next Mass Effect game could have looked like in Unreal 4 engine. I believe there are some technical demos or some examples of what the character models would look like. But yes, for those people who were not satisfied with the graphics of Andromeda and how it looked cartoony and kind of just, I mean, cartoony pretty much sums it up. Yes, it is the Frostbite engine. And it goes with Dragon Age Inquisition as well. I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing it on the next Dragon Age game being used. It's being used on Anthem, and yeah, we don't know if it's going to still be used for Mass Effect Andromeda, but it probably will, considering that it's the game's main engine, or the developer's main engine. But anyways, I wanted to read that article to you guys to kind of give you a gist of what Aaron Flynn is saying, the old general manager that used to work for Bioware. Yeah, a lot of big-time developers have left Bioware. I mean, we already know that. Even writers, too. Good old Drew leaving. But what do you guys think about this? Do you think Mass Effect should stay, or actually not even Mass Effect, do you think Bioware should stay with the Frostbite engine? Do you think they should use it on Mass Effect again? Are you worried about how it's going to look like for Dragon Age, the next Dragon Age? We already see what it looks like with Anthem with better graphics and everything, so it doesn't look too bad when it actually has care in the world. But the fact that we hear statements as in, if Bioware had focused on single player first, then Andromeda wouldn't have been a mess. So that goes to show that these decisions as a developer, not being used to this type of engine, being used for multiplayer genre, or not multiplayer, RPG genre, can definitely do some stifling things. Andromeda is the perfect example. So, let me know what you guys think below, and we'll see what we go from there. Like I said, I do apologize that this format was not the format that you're used to. But, like I said, I'm a little bit under the weather today, and I kind of wanted to go through this easily with you guys. So, my name is NikoTheLegend, and this has been Bioware was not forced to use EA's Frostbite engine. Take care, guys, and make sure you find a Pathfinder, and then you take him out into a black hole, and then you be like, fuck the initiative.